Today's lesson will be pertaining to decimals and percents. The first thing we're going to learn is how to change a decimal to a percent. This is fairly simple. All we have to do is we multiply the decimal number by 100. In order to do that, you're actually moving the decimal point over 2 places to the right, and then you add on the percent sign. For example, if I have 0.14, which is 14 hundredths, we will multiply by 100, which means we will move the decimal point over 2 places to the right. So it will end up in behind the 4, coming from in front of the 1. If you move 2 places over, you will end up at the number 14, and then you will add on the percent sign. Another example, if I have 0.893, you will move the decimal point from before the 8, 2 places to the right. And again, that's multiplying it by 100, so it will become 89.3%. And the last one we have, if we have 0.7625, we will move the decimal point again 2 places to the right. That will be multiplying it by 100, and you'll get 76.25, and then you have to add on the percent sign. If we go in the reverse to change a percent to a decimal, we will have to do the opposite, and we will divide by 100, and that will mean I will move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So I will move it 2 places to the left and take the percent sign away. So for the first one, again, dividing it by 100, it will move the decimal point 2 places to the left, so 35% will become 0.35, and again, we remove the percent sign. Same thing with 69.8%, dividing it by 100, we will move the decimal point 2 places to the left, so the decimal point will end up in front of the 6, and we will remove the percent sign. And the last one, if we have a 0.5%, that one's a little tricky. We would like to get that into a decimal form. So again, 1/2 is the same as 0.5. And again, if I take 0.5 and move it 2 places to the left, you will end up with 0.005, and again, remove the percent sign. Okay, the other thing we will be looking at today is how to change our percent increase or decrease to a fractional form. So again, a percent increase or decrease is where you are changing the amount that you have over a period of time. The formula for that, and this could be something like percent markup, it could be percent of markdown, or any kind of a percent change, percent increase or decrease. You always take the latest amount, the last amount, minus the original amount, which is the amount in the previous period, and divided by the original. So it's always the last amount minus the original divided by the original, and then you multiply that by 100, and that will give you your percent change. So for example, again, this is just a repeat. If you take the amount in the latest period and minus the other one, you will get positive. If the other way is true, the latest period is smaller, you will become a negative. So one will be called a percent increase, the other one will be a percent decrease. For example, okay, if I have in the 2010 Major League Baseball season, the most improved record for winning games was the San Diego Padres. In 2009, they won 75 games, and in 2010, they won 90 games. So they have increased. What is their percent of increase? Remember, the formula was that I take the newest amount minus the original amount divided by the original amount. So in this case, again, here's the formula. I take the new amount, which was 90 games, minus the original amount, which was 75 games, divided by the 75 games, and then multiply that by 100. So again, if I do my math, I have 15 times 75 over 75 times 100, and that's a 0.2 times 100. So you're going to get a 20% change. And again, you have to affix the percent sign onto that. So it was a 20% increase in the gains. This is the same principle in markup. Again, a positive answer indicates a markup, a negative answer indicates a markdown. So again, you take the original price, which would be your selling price, minus the dealer's cost over the dealer's cost. So again, if you're doing a markup or a markdown, the new price is the selling price minus the original price, which was the dealer's cost, divided by your dealer's cost. So 2 examples here. If I take the hardware store as a $48.76 cost for the fireplace screen, how much they sell them at, $79.88, and then if they have them on sale, $69.99. So we're going to find both of the percent markups, both for the regular price and for the sale price. So for the first one, the regular price was $79.88 minus the dealer's cost divided by the dealer's cost. Again, just to recap that formula, you're taking the new amount minus the original amount divided by the original amount and then multiplying that by 100. So again, looking at the math, we get 0.676382 times the 100, and that's a 63.8 markup. So again, don't forget to put the percent sign on. The other one, same thing. The sale price was $69.88, but again, we have to subtract that from the dealer's cost and divide that by the dealer's cost, multiply it by 100. So again, the numbers come out to be 0.4354 times 100, which is 43.5. And again, make sure you put on the percent sign. Hopefully this makes sense for doing the couple different types of markup and markdown.